Okay, me here again, guys. And this time we got some new LED turn signals. Yeah, those aren't HIDs, those are turn signals. Oh man, these suckers are bright. See, there's the headlight. That's the turn signal. Now, the other ones are in my trunk, but so yeah, these things are stupid bright. I actually don't know if I like how bright these are because these are really bright. But anyways, so before I was having issues with these lights actually working right with the resistor setup that I have on the forum post that I made. For some reason, I think they have like built-in resistance into the bulbs themselves. So when you add more resistance that it likes, it actually would kill this side entirely. So this entire side would just die. And I'm not saying just the bulb, the corner marker would die too. So it was doing something with the park, parking light. So it was getting overloaded or something on the parking light. And I found this out because the turn signal worked just fine. The light would go out, but it said that park light was the only error message whenever you would put these really bright ones in here. So what I did was I actually unplugged one side of the parking resistors. So each turn signal has a parking light resistor on that one and on that one. And then it also had a turn signal resistor and a turn signal resistor. So there's 4 resistors. So right now there's only 3. I unplugged this side because this is the one that was having issues. And by doing that, it seemed to fix the whole killing the light issue. I did come across the issue of randomly when I was using the turn signal, if it was like in mid-cycle, like if it was like in the middle of like going on and then coming off, like if it was kind of like in that mid-cycle and it did it, it would flash like for a millisecond that the parking light was out. It didn't stay, it didn't do anything, but it did ding really quick, and it only happened maybe 2 times today, and I drove probably like 150 miles, so I mean, not too bad, but I mean, I do like these lights a lot better than the other ones. Let me go grab those. I also have the sun in my trunk. But this is what I used to have. So you can see it's just I think it's a SMD is what it's called, LED light, and they worked. They were good enough. They weren't blinding like these are, but I mean, they did the job. It started to this one, I think. Yeah, this one. On the driver's side, it started to go out. Like the white didn't work anymore. It worked, but like very, very faintly. So that's kind of an issue. So, and then actually, before I start the car and show you the air screen, I kind of show you so those are the switchback whites, and then the ambers are stupid bright as well, which is what I like about them. So here's the remote. And while obviously the amber doesn't show up as well as being bright, it's still pretty stupid bright. And you can even see it, like my garage is like lit up by these lights. They're crazy. And then this is the amber, because I'm going to touch the handle. You can see how bright those ambers are. Okay, we're in the car. We're chilling. So, I'll turn the lights off. Oh, there go my fucking headlights. Stupid things. I don't understand how stupid those are. I'll wait for those to go off. I literally turned them on. Well, you can't see, but it's on off. And for some reason, when you have it on the middle one, and then you turn it back on to off, it turns the headlights. The auto delay off on the headlights make it so the headlights come back on, which makes no sense. Okay, there you go. So, car's off. Oh, that's my footwell lights. That exhaust, though. Okay. And park sensor off. Ignore that. I turned the park sensors off for other reasons. But the park sensor is just like the backup sensors. When I put it in reverse, it'll beep at me because I have the proximity sensors and all that. So 33 mpgs, oh my gosh. Okay, so here we are, no stored messages. And we're gonna turn them on, so come up here. So my fog lights are on now with the turn signals. Those aren't even my HIDs. That's legit just fogs and the lights. Those are my HIDs. And you can see no stored messages. And I'm gonna see if I can try to make it get the air with the turn signal, but I mean I'll put the turn signal on. Nothing. You saw it turn on, turn off, and still no messages. This is running without the one side connected to work properly with these CAN bus style LEDs that have internal resistance. And this is the same exact setup I used for that write-up that I have. I'm probably going to post this video there. And this is with the car running too, because I mean sometimes I know the car runs at 12 volts when the battery, it runs at 12 volts when the car is not running, and it runs around 14 when it is. So I know that causes a lot of issues with HIDs. If you start HIDs when the car's off, they'll run just fine, but then when you start it up, if you use a relay and stuff like that, things start to go a little crazy. So that's another issue with some of the electronics, is what versus running and not running. So I showed you earlier what was not running, and now I have the car running so I can get it in the garage. But you can still see there's no stored messages, which is where it would show low beam out, turn signal out, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So that's just a quick video of the LED turn signals. I don't even think I have a video of the old ones, but like I said, what I showed you earlier is what I was using before, and that was with all 4 resistors connected, because those are cheap eBay ones. I bought them for like 10 bucks, and that was just to see if they worked, which they did. And when I tried to put these new ones in a while ago, it didn't work right. It kept killing that driver or passenger side. So I just kind of put those aside for a while until today. I decided to play with them for a little bit, and that was the results. So I unplugged the one on the passenger side, since that seemed to be the issue side, and I've only had a very rare occurrence of it coming up. So I mean, it's still annoying, but I'd say it's a solid like 95% success rate on it going off and it being completely off. So I mean, if you want to get the cheap eBay ones that don't look like little projectors and aren't made of like with aluminum body, that kind of crap, that's what I have in there now. They're a little more expensive, but, and obviously they're way fucking brighter. But if you actually take the time, or not take the time, but if you actually go and buy those cheap ones, you have to wire up all 4 resistors or else it's not gonna like it. If you have these newer ones, Canva style ones, it seems that if you use one on the parking lights and then the two resistors on the turn signal like normal, then it will also work properly. So that's the 2 different things I've found out with these switchbacks, because I know quite a few people have been wondering about them, how to get them set up, and you know what you actually need. It's not easy. It really, I mean, it is, but getting everything wired up, like it's kind of a cramped and annoying installation of those resistors, and getting them all mounted and getting them mounted properly on somewhere that's not gonna burn through your car. It's kind of annoying. So, but that wasn't. I just figured I'd make an update of how these switchbacks are going, and that's about it, I think. I'm rocking the Morimoto 5500 D3S HID headlights, the Morimoto XB LED fog lights, so they're LEDs in the fog lights, and then actually rocking the XB LEDs from the retrofit as well. So everything in my headlights are the retrofit source. I really like their stuff. They're really bright, and that's what I like about them. But other than that, their customer service is awesome. These are the exact same items that are going to be offered for raffle at the Midwest meet, if anyone's going. And I think that's about it. So it's kind of late, so I'm going to get in here and go to bed. So figured I'd just make this video and see if it will, just to show everyone that, you know, it does work. It's not some myth. Just so I have a video, because everyone always asks for a video. So there's a video for you. Okay, bye.